Imagine living for more than a century. How would you feel?
I think it'd be a blessing. Get to meet the grandkids and the great grandkids. I don't think that's an opportunity that a lot of people have.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I would be a little sad about is like if everybody that I grew up knowing was to pass and I'm like the only one from my generation left. I feel like I would be sentimental. What do you think, Lilo?
I also think it would be a blessing to be alive for that long. But I think I'll be more worried about my body becoming different, like my hearing. I hope that I'll be able to hear correctly and be able to remember like memories and stuff.
Yeah, your health declining. That's why it's important to do resistant training and just try to take care of yourself as much as possible. But do you think there's like a point where you would want to like die or like stop living after?
I don't know. That depends entirely on your relationship with yourself. Like what? Because you're not moving. You're not doing a lot of moving. So what goes on in your mind? Because you're always like sitting, observing. But yeah, and also your relationship with your family. I think if there's like a lot of kids, a lot of great grandkids, and you're constantly being visited and you're exposed to them and you can speak to them, and I think it'll be a long life worth living. But if you're by yourself all the time, then I kind of doubt you'll be able to make it to over 100, but could be wrong.
If I did, I would try to write if my hands are fine. Like just write everything that's in my mind.
I think just because we come from a different generation, but now like if you live to 100, there's so much you can do. You know, like a podcast, like you know all the wisdom that you can have, that you can add, the value that you can add to the world. If I were to be exposed to a 100-year-old and he would start speaking, like I would want everyone to just shut up because I want to hear him. I want to know what comes out of his mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know if I'll have the tolerance because I like to do things like myself. And so I feel like sometimes when you do grow older, you need to like support yourself on your family. So I feel like that would be hard for me. But the reason I bring it up is because we came to visit my mom's side of the family, and it's my godmother's father and my mom's aunt's father that is turning 108 years old. You know, he still looks strong, but it's kind of it's a blessing, and he gets to see like multiple generations because they actually do have children, like grandkids. And
it's like crazy because he doesn't look old. Like he doesn't look 108 years old.
Like I've seen people in their 70s that look more chopped than he does.
Yeah.
That's insane.
You think it's genes?
I don't know.
Our cells? No.
It could be a variety of factors. Maybe he's been surrounded, doesn't really live a stressful life anymore, and has a love, because it is important for older age for adults to be with their families, and I feel like he's always been with his family from what I can remember of growing up as a child. They were always family oriented and they took care of each other. So that was a nice celebration to attend, and I'm happy. It was a happy way to spend Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And it also gets me emotional just seeing that age, and I don't know, everybody united.
Yeah, I wish I had a great grandpa still alive. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I think I would have enjoyed that.
Just like, especially like from both sides would be cool, but dad's side, that's like even more rare. Just because they come from a pueblo that's way out in the middle of nowhere. Like it's still in the middle of nowhere today, and it's 2026. So imagine, you know, further generations behind us, like their perspective and like what goes on in their mind is entirely different. And I think parents in general or people from there are very closed-minded. But I feel like older people start getting like a softer spot for grandkids and great grandkids, and it's a bit of a different relationship. So I think it'd be cool if we had a grandpa, you know, that was still around.
Yeah, and then the knowledge that they have, our ancestors.
I enjoy talking with grandma before she passed away, because she would sit down at the table and we would eat coffee drink coffee and have pan dulce, and she'll tell us stories of what she experienced back then.
Yeah. Let us know in the comment section if you still have your grandparents, great-grandparents, and what would you do if you lived to a century? If you had the opportunity to live forever, eternity, would you take it?
Just me? I don't know. That's kind of scary because it just goes against religion. And I feel like what God has in store for you is far better than living in this world forever and ever. But I think, because in the Bible it says that back then people used to live to like 200, 300, 400, 500. I think that would be cool. But forever, all of eternity, I don't know about that.
How about you?
If God will allow me, yeah.
I just imagine
but it'll
how
be sad. I'm an emotional person. I'll be crying.
Imagine how it's just like you would go through different stages. It's kind of like you grow up and then it's time for you to move out, or it's time for you to go to college, start your own family. Like those are all sad times because you're parting ways from like a particular lifestyle that you once had. And so it's the same thing. Like with that, once you reach a much older age, you're going to have to start evolving as a human. Right. But like, I think people say, oh, the sky's the limit. I don't think there would be a limit for humans, just because the highly influential and overly developed humans would continue to live and they can continue on with their works. People like Isaac Newton, imagine like he's still alive to this day, like the contribution to this world, like what he would do, it's insane.
Well, there's conspiracy theories revolving that, there's elites, the lizard theory, people who have lived for several decades and they just continue to build and they're the ones who run the world because they have this advantage.
That's scary.
So,
the advantage of continuing.
Continuing.
Yeah. Or maybe they're not the
forever.
lizards, but whatever they like made as families, like all the babies and stuff, they take over the business of what they're controlling in the world instead of them being lizards,
Well, they say that politicians and the royalty come from that bloodline, and that's why they've been able to continue ruling.
Would you guys want to
controlling.
run for something in the government?
It's too much responsibility.
To prove that it's not a lizard theory. You know what I mean?
Well, there's only one president that has been proven that has not been related to all the presidents, so everybody else is related.
So Donald Trump is related to everyone? It's crazy.
That's what the theory said,
the
but
point,
I would have to fact check it.
I wanted to make a point in regards to those families or those individuals that run the world and they live forever, and that's what gives them an advantage. Technically speaking, every family has the opportunity to do that, but they just, I don't know what exactly goes on through people's minds, but they just decide to stunt the growth of their family. And the reason why I say that is because when you are a fully developed adult and then you start on a journey, whatever it is, a business, and you start getting some momentum and you put yourself in an amazing financial position, like it's your obligation as the head of the household, as the leaders of your family, your generation, to teach everything that you know to the previous generation and make sure that you're setting them up for success. Right? So if you guys play the cards right and you guys are able to build something, your kids should be highly, highly advanced compared to what you are. And so that's why after generations and generations, your family can continue to grow and prosper despite the fact that you're no longer around. And you don't have to live long for future generations to see just how amazing you were, because you can like jumpstart something that is going to be felt for generations to come.
That's what the rich people do. Like I've seen on TikTok, there's this family. They're rich and they're teaching their kids to have an education, to learn about finances, and they're just barely, let's just say, I think in middle school or even younger. Yeah. And they're already teaching them everything that they're supposed to know.
Yeah, and what I'm talking about is something that's deeper than that, because I think it's very easy to teach finances, even though a lot of people aren't financially literate. And it's very easy to pass on assets through generations. But character, mindset, like who you are as a human, you can inherit millions and millions of dollars and you'll blow it off. And the next generation might not have the same start that you did. Right. And so it has more to do than teaching about money. I think that is like the smallest variable to it. And so, yeah, like mindset, character, because when you're giving everything, it just shapes you in a different way.
Yeah, and I think sometimes it doesn't happen because of greed, selfishness, and vices.
Yeah, a little weekend getaway with my beautiful sisters. Welcome to another episode of Guacan.
Shippies! Have you heard the 12-minute war theory?
No.
Essentially, it's a theory that's been circulating the internet, and it refers to a hypothetical destructive surprise warfare. So if there was to be a World War III, the conspiracists are saying that it would potentially last only 12 minutes because it would be driven by technology.
Damn.
So currently, the one that I've been seeing is that they're speculating that it would involve our smartphones or cell phones, and they would all explode at the same time.
That's scary.
I have two, so that's doubly expired.
Yeah.
That's why I don't sleep with my phone no more.
Causing severe injuries, destruction, because we're a society that runs with cell phones 24/7, 365. And people believe the attack will be with cell phones because there was a widespread incident that happened in 2017 where there was reports of Samsungs exploding. I don't know if you remember it catching on fire. And so
I remember that.
They're alleging that potentially this is like, that was an experiment and a trial run. And if, I don't know if y'all remember, but in 2024, on September, Israel and Hezbollah have been attacking each other and in conflict because Hezbollah is considered a terrorist group that is run by Iran or funded by Iran. And so they don't want the Western views enforced in their Middle East countries. And they also don't want Israel invading and, taking over. And oftentimes they used the Palestine conflict to
keep the war going,
I guess you can say. And essentially, in September 17, 2024, thousands of pagers exploded across Lebanon. So Hezbollah had bought a bunch of pagers, and they were trying to stay away from phones and other technologies because they knew that it could be compromised. But what they didn't know is, I guess somebody found out, and they bought a bunch of pagers that Israel had already hacked into, and it went undetected. They couldn't see that they were compromised, and so they held two attacks, and at the same time they exploded across Lebanon, and it killed about 32 people or more, but it had 3,000 injuries. So that's why a lot of people are like, oh, well, if there was a World War III and it happened in, the USA and just in the world, they have the potential to do it through
so they
the
could
iPhone.
hack our phones.
Well, in the case of the pager, they had installed something, and with a text message that they sent at the same time, they all exploded. And since that's the way they were communicating and carrying it around, it affected people.
So technically, China made our phones.
Yeah.
They technically could poke those devices.
And here's the thing. I think the technology is advancing. This is all hypothetical. The iPhone in 2015 and 2016, they also had scattered reports of batteries and some cases bursting into flames. And then remember, there was this time where they're like, oh, do not sleep with your phone connected because it could explode and things like that.
It says that our phones have radiation too.
Yeah, they emit waves, and everything is controlled with the Wi-Fi's and satellites and things like that. Yeah, that was an interesting conspiracy that I was like, oh yeah, I don't know. It's so obvious, but that's scary. 12-minute war. And
I wonder if they can be strategic and target individuals that influential people that matter.
Well, I don't know if you noticed.
As opposed to just civilians.
When we went to Cater and we went to the police department, there was no signal inside.
Oh,
and so that's for a reason.
That's
because if they allowed anybody, they could be impacted. And so
that's
in the conference room,
point.
They also didn't have TV or anything.
Yeah.
So a lot of these
they're
agencies
watching us right now.
A lot of these agencies, they
I
do
guess
that
they're
on
already
purpose.
prepared for it.
They're like, shit, they figured it out. Let's explode them now.
But there's theories that, the smart TVs Wi-Fi. I mean, we spoke about it in a previous episode where it can now track your body motion. So people are saying that it predicts it with like 90% or 90 something percent accuracy. So they know that it's you, they know it's me, and you move around. But most of these things and information, they're saying that they're using it for advertisements and how to sell to you and market, but we don't know. And so speaking about Iran war and every conflict, the US and Iran are meeting Tuesday in Geneva, and they're going to be potentially negotiating in making a deal on energy, mining, and aircrafts. Trump says it has been difficult to make that deal, and he expects Iran to retaliate. And according to Reuters, there's an article from February 14, 2026, that the U.S. military is preparing for the possibility of sustained weeks-long operation against Iran. So if Trump orders an attack, it would be a serious conflict. And that should be happening on Tuesday when we cater their meeting.
Damn.
And they are going to decide if they can't compromise and they're butting heads, we might go into World War
I don't like
III.
this because I'm in school those days.
I know, that's what I'm
And I don't like
worried.
being away from my familia.
In June...
Yeah, all of us are going to be scattered.
Yeah. In June of last year, U.S. joined Israel in a series of airstrikes that attacked Iranian nuclear sites. And then Iran has threatened to strike U.S. bases in the Middle East if attacked by forces. So right now there's like a lot of military strong presence in the Middle East. And I'm going to relate it to the Super Bowl real quick, and then we could discuss it furthermore. But they were saying that the logos from this past Super Bowl had the colors that looked like the TV programming interrupted.
Yeah.
So they were predicting that there's going to be a future blackout. And you know, Iran did have a blackout couple, like in the beginning of this year, because they were protesting about their corrupt politicians. And Trump does say that he would want to see new leadership in Iran. So that's why I think it is a high possibility that things are escalating there. If they did a blackout, I think they could also do it here in the States. And it's interesting because Bad Bunny did talk about El Apagón, so he has a song, but he, you know, obviously relates to his island, his island. It relates to his native land where he was born in Puerto Rico, where a lot of times with natural disasters and hurricanes, the outages happen and they don't have electricities for a long time. And so that's what he talks about in the song, but in the performance he also included the electrical poles. And so people were attributing that to a prediction that potentially there's going to be outages and blackouts, because previously, before COVID hit, there was a music video or performances that he did where he would wear the mask. And so they're like, oh, it's a prediction, and he's already like foretelling it of what is going to happen. So that's a conspiracy. But
that's scary.
That conspiracy, like I said, it could be related, but it not, because
I'm not
of
going
the
to school
idea
Monday.
that
I mean, Tuesday.
His native land
They just continue the
goes
vacation.
through outages. Yeah, so that's all pretty intense.
Yeah, that's a lot to take in, man. That's crazy.
That's scary.
Yeah, a blackout would be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should stock up on things.
I know. Cat mom, lizard, Rosie, are y'all stocking up?
Yeah, make sure you guys buy some water.
You
But I
know,
don't
they
know,
were
like, what can you do at that point? Like, after
stay put.
Yeah.
I think it is kind of sucks that if they were to
Guns and ammo. Honestly, I think East LA is not going to be a nuclear target.
Shut up.
It's
No
just
one
not.
is
But
here.
downtown LA is really close, so that's the problem. That it's
And you
not
hear the
just-
cohetes, how like noisy it is, how loud it sounds like an explosion in cohetes. And now imagine a real bomb.
I still don't think it would be a
if
target.
If
LA.
they did in Los Angeles,
No.
it would hit us.
It's just you guys don't understand this.
Well, I hope it's not. I don't
No,
care.
I'm telling you right now. So, California has the 5th largest economy in the world. If a market collapse occurs, that means the money that comes in and out of this state is larger than entire countries. And so let's say everyone just says, oh, let's just nuke California, all of it. Let's just make it disappear from the face of this earth. And it's gone. It's going to be felt worldwide. Like it's not going to be a good thing. And so when it comes to military operations and nuclear warfare, it has to be strategic. Like what's the point of killing a bunch of civilians if you're still if you're going to face the United States? They're military. They're armed defenses.
They're going to go against the bases.
No, nobody's doing that, Lilo. Who's attacking the U.S. right now?
No, not the U.S., but their own country.
No, they're not.
They were killing Palestinians, weren't they?
Yeah, but they don't have military bases. Palestinian people, and the way
but it's still people.
Yeah,
that's why they're doing
but
it.
To
they're doing control, and they're trying to enforce their laws.
And that's why Trump wants to put somebody else.
In Iran, there's a military base from USA. So if there was an attack that happened, they would attack those bases, and USA would also attack their bases. But if it came to the United States, they would probably attack bases, right?
Yes, because you have to cut off the head of the snake. You can't just go for like people that aren't going to do anything. What are you going to do, Lilo? What is East LA going to do about Iran? Tell me. About Russia, about China? Nothing.
Now back to what you were saying.
Whoever wins the war, like we're going to be slaves to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So back to what you were saying, though.
Attack the bases.
My question is, the terrorist attack 9/11. Do you guys remember that? Like, what's the difference with that? With them attack, if they could do it again, but not in New York, let's say here. Isn't that also New York? Isn't it also like one of the most populations?
From my understanding, they just wanted an excuse to attack. I think Iran led those, right? Or Iraq. No, Iraq supposedly. Iraq supposedly led those attacks. So they just wanted an excuse to go to war with Iraq. And so that's why.
And what if they wanted an excuse
there's a lot of big question marks when it comes to 9/11. But we're not really going to we shouldn't get into it. But the gist of it that you're saying is very different. It's a terrorist attack versus a military operation, right? So if the exact equivalent to that would be if someone nuked the Twin Towers and blew up New York City. That's different. That's only happened in Japan.
When USA Truman ordered the nuclear
and that
bomb
was to like, just say, yo, calm down. But there's like a common agreement. I don't even know. It's not untold. It's probably like a peace treaty among many nations where they're not going to get involved nuclearly because it's pointless. Like Russia sends missiles, and so the U.S. is going to send them back. Like that's really all it is. You know what I mean? Like there's no point in doing it. And so the only time that those warheads are going to be used is when everyone is in agreement to it.
A lot of people are saying that the reason Trump wants to have a war is so that he could stay ruling, and the Epstein files are ignored.
I heard that.
Because unfortunately, they were all supposed to be released a month ago, and they weren't fully released. The files have been fully redacted in certain areas, and sometimes they expose like the victims and what they went through, but the names of the people involved are not being released. And then there's a lot of information that it's still missing, and they were supposed to release due to the order that happened, but it hasn't happened. So they're saying it's going to be like a distraction from that, and so that it doesn't affect the structure and the hierarchy.
Supposedly Epstein wanted his DNA in all future generations.
I heard that.
So if you got the COVID vaccine, you have part of his RNA, and so your kids are gonna have part of his DNA in them.
Well, based on what I understand of science, you can't alter. Can you alter DNA? I think maybe like conception, before it's being made, but I don't know. That's creepy. And then with the whole cloning stuff, But also another theory is that he's still alive. He's in Italy. That is creepy.
Back to the apagón. What is it called in English?
The
blackout.
The blackout. Back to the blackout. I heard that when Bun Bunny was
how did she manage to
keep it? When he was performing, and you know how he went on top of the electricity outlets or whatever, they were saying that he was mocking Jesus.
I definitely saw that too.
And then another part that he was mocking was when he was dancing with Lady Gaga, and Lady Gaga like dances with her hands on him, like towards his face, and that symbolizes like horns. I would assume that's
Well,
what
they're saying
people
that
were
he was
saying.
coronated, that he was past the
Yeah.
horn during it, like it was a ritual, according to
Yeah, the
conspiracists.
people who look crazy into that they're passing on the torch to him to continue the evil doings of Hollywood.
Ismael can highlight some of the positive things from the Super Bowl.
Positive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Something very fascinating happened.
What?
Bad Bunny brought out an LA-based taco vendor.
Oh yeah.
He brought up multiple local businesses from
Multiple
different
local
areas. And
One of them being Via's Tacos. You know, congratulations to Via's Tacos and the success that's going to come as a result of this. I mean, I felt like the Latino community had a little moment there. You know, it reminded me similarly to what Kendrick did with Not Like Us for the West Coast.
Oh yeah.
You know, that big concert. That was like pretty crazy. Like everybody was there and it was like a talking point. I feel bad for Drake, but I mean, it was like a moment. And I feel like the Latino community just has never had something like that on the big stage in, you know, American pop culture. And so that stage was given to Latinos and because of the Super Bowl. And I thought it was kind of amazing that there's families that can benefit from it.
Yeah.
And I also saw like, you know, there's always people that kind of want to take advantage of the clout. I definitely didn't want to do it, but they did AI of Bad Bunny pulling up to their taco stand.
Yeah.
I didn't see that, but
Yeah, I don't know enough about it, but like what stops me a lot is just like it's still conspiracies until proven otherwise, right? But like it's just I don't like the agenda against Christ. That's something that has always like put a big question mark. And at the same time, like we haven't been posting in general. We've been taking a break from all that. But I just thought it was amazing how, you know, somebody's life literally changed overnight.
yeah.
Like you go an entire lifetime like trying to build something, and then you eventually get to a certain point, and then like with a snap of a finger, someone just amplifies it in such a crazy way that just gives your business an entirely different new direction. So I thought it was amazing that it happened to someone from, you know, so close to home. Imagine your dog is lost. Yes, you have a dog and it's lost. And with the help of your neighbors, you can easily find it. Well, unfortunately, Ring has ended their partnership with Flock. So apparently Flock is a different institution that is security surveillance, but they share their information with law enforcement. And so because of the Super Bowl commercial of Ring, there's this new feature where, you lose your dog, then all your neighbors can participate and share their feed to find the dog. And there's like a lot of backlash because it could be used for people, you know, like invasion of privacy and stuff. And so because of the Super Bowl commercial backlash, it like kind of instigated for the companies to rethink their merge. But at the same time, just imagine recently just the timing of that merge is just terrible because the strict immigration policies that are starting to come as a result of Trump. And now you have Ring cameras that are essentially being potentially used for these operations. The merger didn't end up happening and your privacy is not secure, but
I don't think it's secure, but temporarily. And talking about the ICE operations, a little update. Right now, I think there's like a shutdown because they wanted to get more funding and it's not happening. So,
LOL.
they're not operating right now?
Yeah. A lot of people are obviously happy with that.
It's been a while since we've done an episode, but like big props to the Latino community for starting to do bigger protests. I still think they pale in comparison to the BLM.
Well, because it would still be happening right now.
I feel like other cities are doing better, like Minneapolis.
Yeah,
they were big in downtown LA over there. I mean LA.
In their downtown.
Yeah, in their downtown. Did you see the big crowd of people?
Yeah, no, that one was massive. But for BLM, like that was everywhere. That massiveness, it was everywhere.
That's
and
what's going on.
I think the fact that COVID was a thing and people were from home and they were anxious and they weren't doing anything kind of probably amplified that as well. Because, you know, like your activism doesn't trump your need to have to work and pay your bills and stuff. So.
Did you guys know that someone in the Super Bowl sold their costume for $5,000, the Bush
The tree.
costume. Yeah.
I don't know.
On eBay, I think.
Why the hell would someone wanna?
I find it funny
Buy
how that
that.
went viral. The whole bushes.
Yeah, does it really matter that much? Oh, they use human bushes. Big topic that Donald Trump used for his election is, this idea of making America great again by lowering the cost of like food and stuff and grocery bills. So how do you think the grocery bill has been affected since Trump has been in office? Do you think the bill's gone up or down?
They gone up. I feel like everything that I would buy, like small like snacks, they used to be like $1 or $2 at least, and now they're like $3, $4, or $5.
I've noticed that they fluctuate. I feel like there's a time where gas was like 6, 7.
6, 7.
The gas was around 6 something, and then right now I've noticed that it went down to like $5.99, the most expensive or something with credit card. So it fluctuates. In terms of like food, there's a time where eggs were also pretty high. For me, my experience in grocery shopping, it's been pretty the same. Like, it hasn't been low, but it hasn't been like overly expensive.
Yeah.
Like, it's just been the same. And it also depends what you buy, but
Well, I look at, I purchase a lot of food, obviously business related, and it's like the main items that are normally extremely expensive. So, for example, meat.
yeah.
And I don't know if it's because I've always purchased like the higher quality stuff, but I feel like it's properly priced. Like I don't think it's been more expensive. And something that I've noticed it hasn't been a drop, but avocados, like I'm not spending as much as I used to. Like I remember during like COVID or previous years, like one box would be $100. And nowadays it hasn't even gone anywhere close to that. It's been in the range of around $40.
Damn.
And so that's pretty good. There's this study that was made comparing the best food or the most commonly used grocery items and how it has affected ever since Donald Trump has been president. So chicken breast has gone up 1.6%. Eggs have gone down 30%, 30.8% to be exact. Ground beef has gone up 15.2%. Orange juice, 28.5% has gone up.
See, maybe that's why I didn't notice, because I don't drink orange juice.
Yeah.
Okay, so
How about
bacon.
milk?
Bacon's gone up 2.6%.
I haven't bought bacon in some time.
How about milk?
Sandwich bread has gone up 0.3%. Those are some of the main items that were used.
Is
Bacon
it only
and beef.
food, or even like, for example, makeup?
But I mean, this
remember in
was
Sephora-
this was only in relations to food, but obviously there's so many things that aren't measured. This
feel
data
like-
is taken because of the checkouts in cash registers at grocery stores, so it's something that is documented. But if you look at in terms of the actual pricing, it doesn't really seem to impact much. So, for example, the eggs, we're talking about $1.73 difference. For chicken, we're talking about an 8 cents increase. Orange juice, $1 increase. Bread, a penny increase. Bacon, 17 cents increase. Beef, it was like a big percentage, but it's only 89% increase. So despite the fact that some items have gone up, it's only been small.
Well, since I don't buy groceries, we went to Sephora, and I remember back then at least I could get like at least 4 products, and it'll cost like 100, or like 5 products. And then now I could only get like 3 products, and it reaches to $100.
Yeah, I think retail in general has gone up. But like, I think if you purchase wholesale, it's around around where it's supposed to be, I would say, because I'm able to see that through food. I purchase wholesale a lot of stuff. So imagine if for whatever reason you just buy cases and cases of makeup. I'm pretty sure the cost per piece is going to be decent.
Yeah.
And so it leads me to think that a lot of this inflationary prices has a lot to do with like corporate greed and just like how expensive it is to actually run a business. So to keep the lights on, the bills, the cost of rent, all that is extremely expensive. And as time passes, because of inflation, that goes up tremendously. And so that boosts the cost of the goods and services that people like our companies provide. So what do you guys think? Is America great?
No. My mom says that
It's
groceries
alright.
are expensive. She's always saying
What?
that. Mom,
Said what?
groceries are expensive.
Oh, I heard bushes. I was
Oh,
like,
no.
well, that's
And
because
then-
she's buying from Bad Bunny concert. Like,
Bad Bunny concert.
yeah, you said they sold a bush on eBay.
No, my mom says groceries.
I know. Oh my god, you're so slow.
I
It was a
don't get it.
joke.
Oh.
You suck at jokes.
No, that was hilarious. Cat mom,
Cat
tell me
Mom.
in the comment section, was that not funny? That was hilarious.
I didn't see you
I-
laughing.
Well, because I'm the caster of the joke.
Oh.
If you thought it was funny, please like the video. If you didn't think it was funny, put a thumbs down
No.
on the video. Imagine you start getting charged for the miles that you drive.
Oh, hell no.
California is looking to impose a mileage
They'll be
tax
charging her
on driving.
20,000 a day.
No, I think surprisingly, not surprisingly, we don't have lifestyles that involve us commuting a lot.
Mm. Yes, me, school.
Yeah, so
her,
that just means
trader,
you're gonna take
her,
you're gonna start taking the bus.
her.
But
Me,
you-
school.
Walk. You're going to walk or you're going to take the bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lila, why aren't you biking to class?
It's dangerous. Don't you hear? We're having an outage.
That, I think it'll be better for you
Yeah,
to be on a
potential-
bike.
No, because then there's gonna be crashes.
Yeah, but
the
that will happen
cars,
whether
they're
you're
gonna
in a
stop.
car or not.
Potential
Wait,
alien
if there's an
invasions.
outage, can the car stop working?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. The Teslas can.
Jeez.
And then some
Well,
other
it depends
cars.
because if it's like an EMP, which is like, all electronics get jammed, then yes. But that's
Especially in newer
military.
vehicles.
That's military related. An outage is just there's an issue with infrastructure, and so the lights just go on off, and so your vehicle would still work then. But yeah, how do you guys feel about paying a little extra to drive a couple miles?
Heck no.
I don't like it.
You guys don't like it?
No, because I think gas has always been expensive too.
I think
And
we'd rather make them pay more gas
No.
than would you prefer more gas? Like let it be. Have we ever paid $10 gas?
No, because then
I
they're
prefer
gonna,
mileage on miles as opposed to more expensive gas.
and then I also think that when you start regulating like how much miles people are driving, like because that I feel like that's a form of regulation.
Then if they do that, they should have
They're gonna
gas
start
$1
Doing
and then
like
the
what they do
mileage
in
more.
Mexico, that you can't circulate your car on certain days because of pollution or global warming or whatnot. So no, I like the freedom that we have in terms of just being able to drive and.
Well, there
Just
is a
like-
tax, but it's not on the mileage, it's on the gas. So in California, there's I think it's like a 61 cent tax. So whatever whatever a gas station charges for their gas, they're going to add the tax
To it.
to it. And so on
See,
top
we
of
don't
that,
need more. We don't
yeah,
need
you
more
guys don't even know
tax.
that.
We don't need more tax.
that would
I
be
think,
that would
dude,
be double
honestly,
tax.
I feel like the taxes that we're paying, they're paying their debt to the U.S. You know, because the government has a huge debt, and it's in the billions, trillions. I don't even know where it is, but I feel like that's where our money goes to,
Yeah, and you look at,
and they're not telling us.
but to be honest, like I'm pretty conservative when it comes to tax policies. Like I don't want any taxes, but I think it'll do a good to LA.
No,
Yeah.
no, they
No.
don't know because I say that they already fixed our roads and like
They look like shit.
a lot.
No, here's the
A
thing.
lot of
What
places are
what's gonna
are
happen?
busted.
It's gonna put a strain on a lot of people, and so it's gonna instigate less drivers.
No.
Do you see how
no,
terrible
no,
traffic
no,
is?
No, I don't care.
That
It's
is
fine.
true.
I'm okay with
After the
traffic.
fires happen, there's way more traffic than before.
Like I used to hate the 9 to 5 traffic, but I feel like it's gotten worse. Like I genuinely feel like there's just way too many cars.
Well, I think people should be more mindful about their cars because I feel like sometimes families they have 5-6 vehicles and they don't need all 5-6 vehicles. It's just because
That's just like an issue for parking, but I'm saying like it's kind of ridiculous
Yeah,
for it
not
to
even
take you
just-
1 hour to drive 10 miles.
Mhm.
That's a problem to me. And so if they were to do that, add different roads like the underground tunnel, something, because I think it's ridiculous that we're spending such a huge portion of our lives just stuck in traffic.
Or maybe if they do open up the underground tunnels, that could be taxed.
Dude, they could build more bridges. Imagine, let's just say right here, do more bridges on top instead of going down.
Michael's talking
like
about city,
escalating. There's over there somewhere in China, I think there's a city, and basically the levels are so high that when you're walking, you can't reach the dirt because there's so many levels to that city. I don't know the name of it, but I saw it, and it's really creepy because each level is a passage or entry, to another street. Like it's like a maze if you go, because we wouldn't know, we would get lost.
Yeah.
And I thought that would be creepy. So imagine they did that over there. They just need to build more streets or bridges.
I feel like the mileage tax is something that is also inflationary because a lot of things are getting transported. So everyone's going to charge more for whatever it is that they're transporting. And so eventually all that it costs is going to get trickled down to the consumers who are purchasing things. I mean, if you just analyze our business, we commute a lot when it comes to catering. Sometimes we go all the way to Simi Valley. And so if we're getting charged for mileage, that means the travel fee is going to be larger.
Like imagine, how I view it, imagine if the government did this, like, one layer, only trucks and transporting all the food. One layer of, the main streets. And then the consumers, us, the citizens, on top of the levels going to other cities and work. Or maybe some who are down here in the level going
and
to
only
work.
Tax the consumer. That way there's less vehicles up there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, now I'm a big believer on wanting to make driving more expensive.
No,
yes.
I don't want taxes. I don't want it.
I do.
I'm already pissed. Like you pay insurance and then you don't get the full payouts or things like that for incidents.
First they need to fix the system,
including like car crashes.
If you're
and then
18
also
years old,
including
why are
health.
you driving? Why are you driving as an 18-year-old? No, get a bike, walk.
You know what?
You didn't even have a bike at 18. You were driving.
Because I didn't need to. I was in school. Like I didn't have a vehicle.
I was biking.
How chips are engineered to make you crave more. You guys know the Lay's potato company? Oh jeez.
Yeah. They hired me.
They hired you? That was Frito-Lay's though.
Frito-Lay, that's the company.
Same thing.
They're different. Well, Frito-Lay's is a different company that owns part of Lay's. Okay? So they're not the same. They're just two different companies that own each other. Did you know that they make their chips out of real potatoes?
I didn't actually. I used to think I was eating plastic.
Me too. Or they were made in factories.
The yellow bags and stuff, I know that they were real potatoes, but the other ones I don't know.
So yeah, I discovered that in a commercial that I saw. It just tells a story about how a father made a farm, grew potatoes, and then now passed it on to the next generation, his daughter. And then the daughter gave him a surprise party for retirement. And then it shows the big trailer full of potatoes. So he ended, in the end of the ad, he gave her everything, like the farm. Like Frito-Lay's, not everything is made out of potatoes, only some. So, since Frito-Lay is partnered with Lay's, Fritos makes like corn or Doritos, and those are not potato chips. They're made in the factory or something with cheese flavorings and other stuff. They're unhealthy chips. The reason why they're unhealthy is because after getting them from the farm and sending them to the factory, in the factory, they are forced to put unhealthy, like natural flavors. Sometimes, I don't know if they do it with these potatoes, but like what is it called? The red D? Is it red D?
Dye.
Yeah, red dye. Okay, I was getting there. The red dye.
The red D.
The red
And
dye.
you understood her. Dumb one and dumb two.
That means I'm highly capable individual.
Okay, they be putting red dye or green dye and all that stuff, so that's why it becomes unhealthy. And they also put like artificial stuff to make you keep eating it and consuming and buying it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right now I have a tingling sensation in my tongue.
To
want to
keep eating more.
I'm not going to the mind or matter.
So it's just crazy because these companies just don't want good products. They want people to be like, I can't stop eating this. Mm-hmm. And that's very scary.
It's very smart. Like, I understand why they do it.
Yeah, because they only choose profit, shelf life, and addictiveness over health. Doesn't that concern you? No.
America.
No, but it's scary
America.
because like I could get a bag of chips that's big.
It's
and,
the American way.
you know, eat a couple and keep eating it, and I won't get full.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I can run. Actually, that big bag, it probably make me feel sick.
Oh yeah, now it makes me feel sick afterwards. But
yeah, but even like when I was in college, I remember, I don't know why, but we would just buy those big bags, and I could finish like 2 of them in a sitting, like hot Cheetos and puffs.
Damn.
It was so good, but like after, I'd feel like sick. I'd feel like, ugh.
Well, before I didn't like eating Lay's. I recently like it now. But before I used to eat hot Cheetos, Takis, Torbos, Puffs, Hot Puffs. And I remember when our cousins would come over, they would bring big bags of chips and we would just start eating them. To the point that one time we were hanging out, right? And I was with them. We ate like a whole bag of chips and started feeling horrible in their car on our way to go eat Panda Express after eating a whole bag of Takis. Just keep in mind, okay? And I'm in the car feeling sick. I'm like to my cousins, I don't feel good. They're like, it's okay. Do you need the window down? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. So they put the window down. It turns out I made my tia stop. Because I was about to, I get down and I run to the nearest trash can and it was like a gas station, and I was trying to throw up but I couldn't. So then we go to Panda, and I think before getting our food or after, no, it was after. Oh my goodness, we were eating Panda and I just threw up all over red dye in the floor, and the Panda people were like mad.
Wait, where'd you throw up?
In Panda Express.
But like in the garbage or?
No, in the floor.
She just barfed. And so they have that core memory, the twins and everybody.
And they all laughed
My
at me.
tia didn't know that they ate the whole bags of chips. And Nilo just like stuffed and then bleh. And then she, because while she was eating Panda.
I remember, I don't know why I remember this, but when I went to Mexico with some of my friends, I met up with Mexican friends over there, and we're drinking, like just like a kickback. We're just having a good time. But as the night started, we all took a shot, and I think after the second shot, one of the locals there, one of my friends, he made this face. He was like, and then he was like, and I was like, ¿Estás bien? ¿Necesitas agua? And then he was like, necesito más alcohol. Everyone started laughing. and one of my other friends, he was like, yeah, that's why he's my friend. And I just thought I made the correlation because I was going to make the same joke when you were like, oh, do you need me to put the window down? You should have been like, no, I need more hot Cheetos.
That would have been iconic. They would have remembered that.
That would have trumped the throw up.
Yeah. The sad thing about this is that in the farms, these people are actually picking the potatoes and peeling them, cutting them. They're not getting paid well. Like, they have low wages, especially in seasonal times. It just reminds me of us because our work is kind of physically hard, but not that much. Like we're
No, it's hard, but we just don't do it every day.
Yeah.
So that's a big difference.
Yeah, and I imagine us doing it every single day. Well, it would be a blessing, but like
No, it wouldn't. No, because I mean, consistency just means you can hire employees, right? But yeah, every day would be insane.
Yeah, but it's also
we
kind
would
of
just do
different
it.
because we would pay our employees better, and these farmers are not getting paid well.
Yeah, life would be very different for us because it would be extremely hard for us to have time to do things like this.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to like.
And it would really come down to like you guys would be hands off, and then I would have to operate the business with other employees, and then that way you guys can just show up, do the content creation, and then find a specific day where you set up the podcast, and then I just show up 1 hour and then shoot it. That would be the only way. But that'd be amazing because I mean, like financially speaking, imagine catering every single day.
Cutting and stuff. I get
I'll be
cramps
rich.
by cutting all the toppings.
And mind you, we have weeks where we do cater every week, every day, but it's never like we've never had like a full month where it's like every day.
Yep. Okay, one last thing about this topic of marketing fact. Lay's company uses something called healthy halo marketing, which is when a product is made to look healthier than it actually is, through words like made with real potatoes, images of farms, sunshine, and fresh ingredients. So sad. Like it
they're
is
not
real,
lying.
but
Yeah.
then it's not.
It's the marketing behind it.
Yeah. It's because
That's what I do.
it wouldn't survive. Those real potatoes would not survive months out in shipping. They would go rotten. And you wouldn't eat that, would you?
No. I mean, they say that when you find one that looks burnt or like has the edges,
It's
that
rotten.
it's mold.
Oh.
Oh shit!
Yeah. And
I
those
always
are
thought it was a
taste the
smoky
best.
flavor. Give me those. You save me those. I'll fight you if you eat those.
Talking about
Like if I offer chips, you cannot get the ones that are curled and the ones that are burnt.
They just taste good.
And real quick on the topic of chips, Sabrina Carpenter had like this Super Bowl commercial, and she kind of went a little viral for it, where it was with Pringles, and so Pringles was like
They made a Pringle human.
man. Pringle man, and so she dates him, and she goes around with the Pringle, and eventually the Pringle gets destroyed, and people start eating it.
And you
So-
know they did the theory
The metaphor.
about what's going on right now about eating
Can-
humans.
and that they're bluntly showing you in your faces, and you guys don't see it.
Dude.
That's crazy. Did you see that commercial? What do you
I
think
definitely
about it?
saw it. I was like,
I thought it was
skip
cute,
that.
clever, cute.
they also use emotional branding, and when I see them show in an ad how the family made the farm of potatoes, that showed hard work, and it later expanded. Our family business uses real generational storytelling to create trust and emotional connection. The difference is ours is real, and it's not just a marketing image.
That's cute.
Appreciate you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Guac and Chippies. Make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends about us. And if you haven't done so already, follow us on our other social media platforms. This time around, we'll make sure to link those in the description as well. Stay tuned to our next catering adventures and podcast adventures.
Make sure to comment down below if you're liking the topics or if you want to hear different themes.